And just a quick reminder of programmes now to catch up on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions, as you can have another chance to catch up on the biggest singing contest in all of Europe with the grand final of this year's and the 68th Eurovision Song Contest live from the Malmö Arena in Sweden. Presented by Petra Mead and Mala Ackerman, 26 countries from all across Europe compete to try and become winners and also walk away with that prestigious glass microphone trophy. There will also be performances also from former legendary performers at Eurovision, and also, will the United Kingdom finally get another decent result after sadly finishing second to last from last year hosting it from last year in Liverpool? Well, you can find out on Catch Up right now with the grand final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2024, now available to watch on Catch Up here on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions. Thy choicest gifts in store, on them be pleased to pour, long may they reign. Hi guys, it's me Jack Wright here, once again from SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024, here coming to you live on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions, and also from the Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End. And join me in an hour from 7 o'clock, once again here on YouTube, exclusively live from the studios, once again, of Jackpot Button Lewis Productions, and also from the Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End, as the Queens and the West End Queens, more specifically, of SIX The Musical, are about to take to the stage once more, as their royal reign of being queens in the West End of production of SIX The Musical continues, with the second Royal West End Singalong production and performance of this year. We will also, since this year also, and more specifically in this episode, there will be a little look back on, unbelievably, we'll be marking 6 years officially since the first time that SIX The Musical first came to the West End of London, as we also have a look back on the original Arts Theatre production, and also some rare bits of footage of even the very first cast, before even the original West End cast joined, and the look back as well as that, and even some very exciting news in the Queendom news feature from all across the worldwide Queendom. Join me once again, Jack Wright, live exclusively on YouTube in an hour from 7 o'clock for SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024. See you all then! Oh, goodness me. I can't believe that. Yeah. Oh, goodness me. I can't believe that's literally had to go just as we were about to start. Oh, isn't that annoying? That is really annoying. Yeah. I feel like I might have put a bit of weight on. That is so annoying that I've ended up having to get rid of this belt. And I know it's been such a while since I wore this costume, because I knew I wanted to wear it especially. Oh, don't you just hate it when that happens? That is quite annoying, isn't it? I know it couldn't be helped, sadly. Right before we start filming as well. Oh, it's done well to last that long. Yeah, are we ready? Yeah, sure. That is so annoying. I can't believe that had to literally happen right at the beginning, just as we were about to start filming. But it's nice that we finally are in here, you know, to do the show, and also to do it in my now personalised bedroom. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's incredible. I can't believe that I've finally actually got that chance. It looks amazing. It really does. Yep, sorry, I just needed to adjust my trousers. had something underneath them. They're definitely quite snug, especially when you put something on top of them. Yeah. No, I'm all ready to go. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes, any time that I do one of these videos, I get so nervous, you know, but I don't know if it's just because I really want the performance, or the Queens, whoever's playing the Queens later on tonight, to have a good show, but I also want them to do a good performance as well. Is that just me? It's so funny, it really, really is. Yeah, are we ready to go? Okay then. Yeah, I'll just quickly chat with the audience. Hi everybody! Good to see you again everybody, and welcome to our new studio. Thank you very much everybody, I really appreciate it. Thank you once again. Welcome to SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024, the second one of this year. I hope you have a wonderful time. I know that, of course, it's a lot more warmer tonight, also, especially with because we've had to have a bit of aircon in our studio because of how warm it has been. It's been quite surprisingly warm, actually, just recently, everybody, and I never would have thought that we would get such warm weather at this time of year, even though it's still in spring. But I hope you have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourselves. I can tell that you're going to be another loud audience. Is that right? Well, I think that's a bit of an obvious answer, isn't it? There's no other answer you can give to me than that, is there? Well, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourselves and be as loud as possible. I know we're going to get footage from the theatre later on, but you guys can also make a good little lead into it. So I hope you have a fantastic evening. Enjoy the show, everybody. Yeah, let's do it, everybody. I know we're quite tight for time here, because let me tell you, this is going to be quite the show when it comes to us seeing the next Royal West End Singalong performance of this year. I know it's with the same cast as from earlier on in January, but there's also a lot of other things going on which I'll mention also during the show as well. But have a good show, everyone. Let's do it. God save our gracious queens, long live our noble queens. God save the queens, send them victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the queens. Tonight, the start of a brand new reign begins. It's time for another royal celebration as welcome to the Royal West End Singalong 2024 of SIX The Musical.
Give me a beat.
To the show, to the history mix, switching up the flow as we add the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives, but now it's ex-wives. You must think that I'm crazy. You wanna replace me, baby. Not sorry, sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Get down. 'Cause I'm the queen of the castle.
But now we're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in the story. We're free to take our crown and glory. 'Cause we're so much more than beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded,
Sunday night, the 12th of May 2024, and we are live on YouTube and exclusively live from the studios of Jackpot Button Lewis Productions and the Vaudeville Theatre in the West End of London. And welcome to SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024. And now, my lords, ladies, and loyal royal subjects of the Royal Court of London, please welcome your host for tonight's show. He's a new appointed Royal Guard of the Queendom of London, but he certainly also likes to get down and party like it's 1499, Mr. Jack Wright. But now that ex-wives, alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, and I have loved you oh so long, delighting in your company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! Thank you! Thank you very much! Doesn't this costume look familiar? Thank you! Thank you very much, everybody! Thank you! Wow, what a warm welcome! All right, please calm down. I know you're up for it tonight, but thank you very much, everybody, for once again that very lively, enthusiastic, and warm welcome indeed. And with that, hello, everybody! What's up, also, for that matter? My name is Jack Wright, also known as Jackpot Button Lewis on YouTube, and Real Next Gen King Henry VIII, also on Instagram. And welcome to SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024! Yes, that's right, everybody. We are back once again to sing along with the famous 6 wives of Henry VIII, one of the most ruthless kings in all of British history. And of course, if you can tell, I actually am wearing a very familiar outfit that I last wore on the second part of the, I think it was the 5-year anniversary, the UK tour, of course, production from last year back in 2023, marking the 5th anniversary of the very first production that was done by a student cast that were part of campaign, not campaign, sorry, my apologies, I meant to say Cambridge. I think it was University Musical Theatre Society. There we go, everybody. I think I might have actually, if I haven't said already on the topic of, since I mentioned campaign amateur theatre, as you might be wondering why I mentioned that. I have also can just quickly remind you before we get on with today's show that I've just recently been auditioning for their recent production of Spamalot. Of course, that very famous musical based off the very famous satirical and also slapstick comedy film of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's going to be performed later on this year in November at the Maltings in Ely. Tickets haven't been sold just yet because we haven't started rehearsals yet, but I am planning to start rehearsals in July. And also, with that being said, there are loads of exciting things coming up, but we will mention that later on in the show. But also, as I've said already, welcome to the second Royal West End Singalong performance of this year of 2024, and also for that matter as well, in our studio, the weather has definitely been changed a lot since the last time that I was here. And also as well, if you happen to notice, this is, of course, I am finally back in my very familiar place of my bedroom, all personalised around my very favourite musical, which happens to be SIX. And it's the first time that you're actually getting to see it fully on camera. And as you can see, of course, I've got the signature 6 colours of the Queens in the show. Once again, just to clarify, gold for Aragon, green for Berlin, silver for Seymour, red for Cleves, Catherine Howard in pink, and royal blue for Parr as well as also a beautiful royal purple as well on either of the walls here, on the other walls in my room here. And also you can see a beautiful wooden floor as well, with a nod to the famous flooring that was very quite a signature part of a load of residence areas and of course houses back in the Tudor period. And but of course, if you want to get a chance to look at this all in full, there is a video that I made just before I did this one, and you can check it out, of course, at the end of the program, where you can have a full tour of my room. But of course, once again, we are here, of course, once again, for the second Royal West End Singalong performance of this year, of 2024, of SIX The Musical. And the last time we were here was once again back in January, when it was shrivelingly cold. And also, thank goodness, just to clarify, that I had checked the weather report for earlier on tonight, and we've had glorious sunshine for the last few days. And it's also been quite surprisingly warm as well, even though we're still in the last month of spring, believe it or not, in the month of May. But also tying in, like I said already, since I, of course, have my own signature Beefeater costume, which once again I wore last time when I covered the 5 years anniversary UK tour 2023 of SIX The Musical from last year at the Peterborough New Theatre. We were also acknowledging this year, unbelievably, and also in more particular as earlier on this month, an official year since our new King Charles III was officially coronated. And tying in also next month, also starting in the month of June, also, which happens to be my birth date as well, of course my birth month for that matter, and I have got my 30th birthday coming up. I will be hitting the Dirty 30 Club very soon. But also tying in with that, I thought this is the closest performance themed around something of the royal occasion, and I thought I would wear this because some also Beefeaters also do take part in the very famous, of course, military tradition of Trooping the Colour, which will be happening later on next month as well. And with also that being said, there's also some very exciting sporting events coming up later on from next month as well, and mostly in particular also the European Football Championships in Germany. And I'm very excited to see how England will go, or hopefully all the way to the final like they did a few years ago. And of course you will be seeing me cover that on a brand new vlog series, which I am currently still working on at the moment, which is called From London to Berlin, named after a football-based cover of the very famous Danish electronics song from Infernal called From Paris to Berlin. And that's a nod, of course, also because previously the Euro 2020 final was hosted and held at Wembley Stadium from a few years ago, while this time the Olympia Stadium will be hosting the final in Berlin on, once again, the 14th of July. But once again, with all that aside, we are, of course, focusing, like I said already, on another Royal West End Singalong performance of SIX The Musical. And with also that being said, there has been a lot going on in the West End production of SIX quite recently. But also, unbelievably, we are just a few months away, because we did cover this quite briefly just from the last video and the last show of an episode of this particular production of SIX. And that is, of course, unbelievably, even though we're just a few months early, we are also going to be celebrating a very early, but also very appropriately official 6th anniversary since the original West End production of SIX first was performed back in, of course, earlier on from earlier on this year, to mark 5 years since it was done originally at the Arts Theatre. But once again, this year marks also officially earlier on from, of course, from the 11th of July, later on this year, 6 years since it was performed professionally for the very first time on a UK tour. And the UK tour has still been going on at the moment also, and And also, if you did not know already, since I mentioned the country of Germany for the European Football Championships, it's also finished a brief European tour, and also just recently it also visited the country of Italy in also Europe as well, Western Europe. And the show has gone on from, once again, from strength to strength, and being performed in front of so many people from around the European Queendom, for that matter. But of course there are also other productions going on, once again, as always, over in America. And sadly also I can also announce that unfortunately the cruise line concert and productions on the Norwegian Bliss, and I think it was the Breakaway cast productions of SIX, have sadly now finished, and they're not going to be performing on the cruises anymore. But all is not lost, because also, because I initially thought it was going to happen from last year, and it did, but of course there is another plans to also take the show of SIX The Musical, unbelievably, back to Amsterdam in the Netherlands later on this year. And as well as that, unbelievably, just from a few months ago, it's also been confirmed that from next year in 2025, it's also going to be heading to Tokyo in Japan, would you believe? So that's also another language production of SIX The Musical that's currently in the works. And Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss have been busy as ever getting those, of course, upcoming productions up on their feet, and there's been a lot going on in the worldwide Queendom, and not just here in the UK, because also we've had another incredible week tying in with things all to do with our national country of the United Kingdom, and more specifically, of course, where I come from here in England, more specifically. But as I said, the United Kingdom competing in the grand final of Eurovision, of course, the Eurovision Song Contest. And we also want to say a massive congratulations also to Ollie Alexander. Sadly, I know that it's a shame that his song Dizzy, who of course he wrote, didn't win, but I know that he did do the country proud, and I had heard the song, and when I heard it for the very first time, the song actually sounded very familiar with the music that that is familiar with the world of this particular musical of SIX. And of course we also are going to be celebrating that to the absolute fullest in this programme also as well, because as well as going over for another sing-along performance, like I've said, this year marks the 6th anniversary since it was first done in the West End of London, SIX The Musical, when it first was performed at the Arts Theatre back in 2019. But unbelievably also, we are going to have, if you did actually see the title sequence earlier on to our programme, there was a little throwback to the very first cast performing at a professional level before the original West End cast of the likes of Jean Eyre, Richard Knoll, Millie O'Connell, Natalie May Paris. I think also, to remind myself, Lexia McIntosh, Amy Atkinson, America Breed, and Grace Moat also being the first initial alternate performer to play all 6 queens in the show. We also are going to have a little to return to the very familiar feature of also the production's history, where we also look back on the incredible journey the show has had. And as I've said before, it is continuing to make history as I speak right now. But also, we are going to also have a look at also as well at just recently some of the other exciting things that the current West End cast, who we saw earlier on in January, they've been doing a lot of things, including visiting an art gallery, and also seeing a very cool rendition also of the very famous song House of Holbein, which happens once again to be one of my favourite songs in the show, and obviously very heavily influenced by the music and culture of the country of Germany. And with also that being said, we've also heard just quite recently that also, if I can just quickly get my phone, sorry about that guys, I just had to walk away from the camera there just to pick up my phone, because I have been keeping up to date on loads of things that have been going on in the, once again, the worldwide Queendom. And we also, even though this was happened last month in April, but we also want to give a massive congratulations to Ryan Walklett, who is one of the wig people who of course, in charge of wigs at SIX The Musical. Also happens to know that he actually saw me on an Instagram live. He actually remembered seeing someone dressed as Henry VIII, which happened to be me at the last sing-along when he came out to stage door. And we can also clarify that and also announce that when he took part earlier on last month in the official London Marathon of more specifically that being the TCS 2024 London Marathon, he ran for the charity of Terence Higgins Trust, and his target was to raise over £2,000, and he managed to raise that money that going towards the charity. And he did say that he had been wanting to follow or also being a supporter of many other charities such as the MAD Trust and also WHAM and oh no, sorry, it was Wham and oh sorry, that's actually the band Wham. Actually, sorry, it said here when he talked about when he wanted to take part in the London Marathon. And unbelievably also, since he is also part of the LGBTQIA+ community, he comes from that background as well. He also challenged himself to even compete in the London Marathon, but also dress up in drag as well as a drag queen. And we can also show you a quick photo there of him actually taking part. And he completed the run as well, and that is just amazing. I can't believe I've actually had that chance to see that he's actually managed to raise that amazing amount of money for an incredible charity. And he wasn't the only one that also, from the world of SIX The Musical, also from the UK touring production of the very same show. Also, Rebecca Wicks, who you might remember, who was a former performer of the show, who did it back in, I think it was from last year, actually, if you might remember. And, oh no, sorry, Rebecca Wicks, sorry, that's, I was going to say she's known more specifically as Becca Wicks, even though Rebecca is her full name. But she did also happen to also run the London Marathon also. And I think if I can just also get a picture up here, there we go. Yes, he also did say here, and on the 21st of April from when it happened, she managed to complete the marathon within 5 hours and 23 minutes, and she also raised money for the Make-A-Wish UK Foundation as well. And I think also we can also find out how much she also managed to raise, and she initially wanted to raise £2,500 as her target, and she managed to achieve that target, but also managed to get £20 extra also, and she managed to raise a total of £2,521 going towards the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And even though that was her first time running with, of course, that famous marathon itself. Just to clarify, I'm sure some of you are familiar with a Make-A-Wish Foundation, but that was to wish for the thousands of critically ill children or children that have recovered from, of course, life-threatening illnesses to get the opportunity to have some very special things given to them and the opportunity to do that. But also for seriously ill children, of course, that's actually of quite of a limited value as well, unfortunately. But anyway, guys, I know that, of course, all that aside, that has been a few things from in the UK Queendom that has been happening quite recently. But also, as well, we also found out that just recently some of the West End cast also got a chance to cover also one of their favourite songs. I think it was from Beyonce quite recently. And oh no, sorry, my apologies. It was also they actually sang the very famous song of Respect, or R-E-S-P-C-T, originally from the late Aretha Franklin, and they also appeared on the radio station of Magic FM. and we can just quickly show you a little clip of what happened when the performers of Tao Nguyen, Janique Charles, and Meg Dixon Brazil, and also Ines Budd performed that once again at the studios of Magic FM.
Oh, you listening out there? Once again, we are the Six Wives of Henry VIII. There's four of us right now. We're here to give Henry a message. Let's go. Sing it with me now. Woo!
Ooh, your kisses, sweeter than honey. And guess what? So it's my money. And all I want you to do for me is give it to me when you get home. Yeah, baby, give it to me when you get home. No,
Just a little bit.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, take care, see me. Oh, baby, respect when you get home. When you come home, you might walk in, find out where it's gone.
Oh, and that amazing, everybody. Well, there you go, as you did see there, just from earlier on, just a few weeks ago, that was where, once again, three of the performers of SIX The Musical, of the current West End cast there, Tao Nguyen, and also Janique Charles, Ines Budd, and Meg Dixon Brazil, all competed, well, not just competed, but also performed that amazing cover. And we also will be showing you a little snippet of also them going to a very famous Royal Gallery in London later on in the programme for a very cool jazz rendition and a laid-back rendition of the song House of Holbein. But also another thing that's just popped up in the world of SIX The Musical, and that being, because once again, if you had not known already, I did actually get the chance to see her perform as Catherine of Aragon from earlier on this year, back in January, sorry, I was going to say July for a second then. And that being Gabriella Stalianu, who is playing the alternate of Catherine of Aragon, and also Jane Seymour. And she's just recently, unbelievably, hit 100 shows as performing as an alternate. And that's covering both roles of, once again, Seymour and also Aragon there. And but amazing to hear that she's achieved that. And I think also from... we can also quickly have a look, as I've said already, since we are now going to move on to, as I've said already, once again to mark the 6th year anniversary of, once again, of the very first time that the West End production of SIX The Musical was performed for the very first time, and I know that this is I know that obviously with the show that has been going on at the Vaudeville quite recently, but it has unbelievably been to other theatres before it went to there. And as I said already, that being one of them being the Arts Theatre, as I said already, and also the Lyric Theatre on the time when the musical did actually get put there temporarily when unfortunately the contract ran out to perform there at the end of, or I think it was the start of, no, my apologies, sorry, it was at the end of 2020, but that's when for most of the year we were all put in lockdown, hence with the COVID-19 pandemic, the virus spreading at that point as well. But as I've said, guys, we've got a load of exciting features coming up on this sing-along. And also, I've just been hearing just recently, as I mentioned earlier on in the programme, one thing that is happening that's just because anyone who had been wanting to take part in it, there's also, I can actually also remind you all that I've also put myself down for another very appropriate SIX The Musical theme competition, and as well as the competition that they do find out, of course, that it's been held every single time with the first ever sing-along performance that happened at the Arts Theatre, which unbelievably will later on, as of this year, make that 5 years since the very first sing-along performance of SIX The Musical at the Arts Theatre on the 6th of June, unbelievably the day of my birthday, would you believe, when that happened. And there, as well as a competition of wanting to find out who was the queen of the show, where the cast actually chose their favourite person who dressed up as their favourite queen in all of the themed colours, of course, just like on the wall on the back of my bedroom here. But as well as that, also just recently, because of since the show has been going on from strength to strength here in the UK, it has also just been confirmed that it has been extended for another whole year and will be running until the month of May in 2025. And to also mark this extension announcement, which was quite very appropriately named, there is, of course, a competition that is it's already, admissions have been already closed already since the start of this month, back in, of course, on the 2nd of May was the deadline. But the competition was You Have a Voice, named after the song We Have a Voice, or the lyric or line of dialogue from in the show, and it's SIX West End Karaoke. And later on the very same day, as I mentioned, on 6th of June, once again, 2024, from next month, I have actually put myself down to hopefully get the chance to perform on the actual stage at the Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End. And hopefully, and of course Hannah Loafer, who we saw in the last Royal West End sing-along performance, the themed one, that being the Renaissance sing-along, who I was very fortunate enough to see play the role of Catherine Howard. She'll be hosting it right after the performance, but I haven't heard any news yet, as excuse me, as my throat's starting to go there. I just needed to clear my throat. I have also heard that there has been still no more updates on the pro shot of SIX The Musical. If you might remember that particular production of SIX, that I'm sure some of you already know that that was something that was being mentioned. I mentioned in the last episode, but I do know that from just earlier on at now that being the feature, of course, which was started just from last year around in the month of June, and that being the 6th month at SIX The Musical, and every 6th day of the month, that being, of course, every other month in the year. And also when it first started on the official 6th day, that being the 6th of June, which also that falls on that very same day also too, they have also confirmed that they are going to be partnering up with the National Portrait Gallery, and who have recently announced their new exhibition called 6 Lives. Very similar to Ex-Wives there, of the song from the show, and it features a few queens that you might have heard of. And it'll be running from the 20th of June, and the musical production in the West End of SIX will be involved in various panels, events, and a few exciting surprise visits over the summer. So keep an eye on the social media platforms of the show, and you'll be able to find out more. So there's still lots going on in the world of SIX The Musical, and once again with another Royal West End sing-along performance happening tonight, and also as well, I think I've just remembered as I get my phone out again, since I did mention earlier on that the production, that short European run that happened over both Germany and also Switzerland, But unbelievably, as we mentioned her name earlier on, the person of Meg Dixon, Brazil, she was asked to be flown all the way to Zurich in Switzerland, sorry. And she was also been given the chance to perform alongside the UK touring cast and play the role of Catherine Howard, alongside the current also Super Swing, of Shakira Simpson, who I saw last year, and also Harriet Kaplan-Dean, also who was previously a Super Swing. Who I remember very well from, she was part of the last UK tour cast, and she was asked also to go on as an emergency cover for those particular productions as well. So for the very first time there were 3 versions of that famous Super Swing costume, and we haven't actually seen that being worn since I think the last 2 sing-along performances. I think the last time that I saw that was, and it was worn by Esme Rafero back in 2012, and it was the first sing-along performance since they now then dropped the guide, of course, the restrictive regulations, COVID regulations in the theatre. But guys, as I've said before, a lot has been going on within the worldwide Queendom, and for that also too, yes? Well, with also that being said, I know we've got lots more to cover in this episode, but we are going to now head over to a quick break now here on SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Sing-Along 2024. But when we come back, we will be heading over and be outside the studio, once again, of course, out on the Strand of the West End of London and outside of the theatre. And unbelievably, I have just been also in recent contact with, because also since I have just mentioned that unbelievably it's just been confirmed that it is another sellout performance tonight. And it's going to be there's going to be a full crowd in at the theatre from later on tonight. And of course, and not just in around about half an hour away from another once again live sing-along performance from the Queens. We don't know who's performing yet, but we will find out. And also I'll be joined by, once again, my dad, Jack Wright, who will be joining me for the first time in a while since he last was at a sing-along performance. He did film, of course, the stage door from the last sing-along performance that I did cover earlier on in January, but he is going to physically see the show because I've only just seen it with my good friend Ella Gretorix, who unfortunately isn't going to be joining me this time round on this episode. But the reason why is because she's about to break from college. She's in her last few weeks of graduating from her local college in Loughborough, in around that area in Nottinghamshire. And from myself, of course, hi Ella, and also massive shout out also to, of course, also to her granddad Paul, and also, oh sorry, my apologies, no, that wasn't Paul, I think it was Terry actually, my apologies, sorry. I think that was the first time I've actually called you that actually again. I mean, I'm not very good with names, so I do apologise if I made a mistake there, so I hope you forgive me for that. And also Emma, who of course is Ella's mum, and being also the that being the daughter to Terry, since that's also her dad in real life in relation to grandparent for Ella. But with that being said, guys, of course, we are going to take a quick break now. But once again, when we come back, we'll be in front of, once again, the Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End, as we count down ever so closer to now half an hour away from the second Royal West End production performance of, once again, the very Royal musical of SIX The Musical. See you after the break.
So much more than
Hello and welcome back to SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024. And you might be wondering why I happen to be in a car at the moment, and also why I've only got a vest on. That's because I've had a quick change during the break, and at the moment we are currently on our way now down to the Vaudeville Theatre in this beautiful and glorious Sunday evening. And the reason why I can also have a very good reason why I'm wearing a vest, which is also very appropriately personalised with Henry VIII on the front there, as you can see. This is what I'm going to be wearing underneath my Henry VIII costume, and it's just beside me in our car. And of course I'm currently, this is of course a private one, I'm being chauffeured to the theatre of, once again, the Vaudeville Theatre, which turns out to be my dad John, who's driving us there as well. And but like I said already, guys, it has been very surprisingly warm. It's been, as I said, a glorious Sunday evening, and it's only in the end of April, the month of April, would you believe? But we're getting ever so closer to summer.
It's in May, Jack. We're in May.
Oh, well, I'm so excited I can't even think straight, guys. I think the heat is getting to me already, guys.
It's May the 12th, Jack.
Well, I was going to say the date as well. I already said that from the top of the programme, Dad, so thanks for correcting me. Anyway, as you just heard his voice anyway, he is driving, and even though, of course, we're now just, I think, around about 25 minutes to go until the show, we will get to the theatre in time, just to let you know, guys. Of course, we are filming this in advance because we forgot to also, I'd like to apologise in the last part for how sporadic it was, because it was a very hot studio where I was, and in that Beefeater costume from the last part. But we, of course, are going to be showing, because unbelievably, 5 years ago, from next month in June, will mark the 5th anniversary of the very first sing-along performance of SIX The Musical at the Arts Theatre, as we did mention that to mark the 5th anniversary of when it was first performed there, but also now, since, of course, it's going to be the very first venue where the first ever sing-along performance, the Royal Sing-Along performance of SIX happened there. It's all that special as well, for that matter too. But as I said already, since he is joining me, and since it's the first time he's actually joining me for a while, since I think, was it 2022, Dad? I think the last time you saw the show with me, is that right?
Yeah.
So I was going to say, I know he's driving at the moment, but I can show you the back of him. It's nice to have him back on camera with us, if he doesn't mind. So if I don't mind quickly asking you a few questions before we head to this next feature of 4, of course, as the countdown to the next Royal Sing-Along performance is once again well underway. So obviously you've seen the show a few times with me, and how does it feel to be finally back seeing it with me after a few years away?
Yeah, I quite enjoy the sing-alongs, Jack. I think sing-alongs, they're my favourite ones.
I actually was going to ask you, what is it about the sing-along performances that you really enjoy? Is there a specific something that makes them what they are, if that makes sense?
Well, it's just nice to hear everybody allowed to sing along with it, and they're all passionate about it, and you're allowed to sing with it. So I think that's nice. For trouble is, I'm the only one who don't know the words in the whole theatre, I guess, but I still enjoy it all. So.
Well, to be fair, I know you've been to a few, so I mean, obviously, I know you still get a constant reminder anyway, so it's not to say that there's nothing wrong with you. I think it's just you getting old, really.
Thanks.
That's only a compliment, by the way. I'm not doing it to embarrass you, but so obviously, if you happen to know, obviously, the story of the show inside and out, you don't have to try and give away spoilers to anyone who's not seen it before, but if you can keep it spoiler free as possible, do you have a favourite moment in the show?
I like the end.
Of SIX, Mega SIX, yeah. Yeah, that's quite a nice addition, actually, because I actually forgot to say in the last part, when it was first come to the West End, at the Arts Theatre, when it was first done, they never did it initially. They never encouraged people to film it at the end, because I know that, they did it in a way to promote the show, so I thought that's been but no, you're absolutely right. For me, I would have to say, I think it would, it has to be towards the end of the show with where all the queens compare themselves, but they don't have to be just because they were related to Henry VIII. But thanks anyway, Dad, for having a chip in with that. As I've said already there, guys, I might have not exactly spoiled the end there, but of course, if you are familiar with the show, you might already know what's coming. But, well, with that being said, we're almost just a few miles away from the theatre, and also, believe it or not, surprise, surprise, within that time as we're filming right now, as I was going to say, well, as I said, we also saw a beautiful Ferrari car just past us.
Blue one.
Yeah, and very appropriate from the last Miami Grand Prix in Formula 1, because they had a very similar livery as well. Yeah. But also, just to our left, we're also passing a very familiar building, and just to remind you all, there it is. There is the Tower of London there. Nice to see that there, and also the Shard, and also Tower Bridge, where of course just a few weeks ago we had the London Marathon, so a load of people were running down these public roads. But wonderful to see that. Of course, I'm sure most of you already know the Tower of London. That is where two of the actual wives of Henry VIII himself, Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard, were executed there. But also an amazing flash mob performance was done here almost 5 years ago also. Later on, just from the first time I saw the show as well. And it's just amazing, because that was also kind of like another sing-along in itself, which I know we've showed footage of that in previous programs on SIX The Musical. But with that being said, of course, let's show you, as to mark the anniversary, as we head once again to the Vaudeville Theatre here as we approach the West End of London. Here is a look back, and also with former and superfan and the person who's very responsible for my love of this musical, now 5, or make that 6 years on for that matter, and that is Bryony Rose, as she went to see the very first also sing-along, Royal sing-along performance of SIX back at the Arts Theatre on the 6th of June 2019, and also we will show you a little bit of footage from the original West End cast who performed on that day with their Instagram takeover. Here's what happened over 5 years ago.
Guess who I'm here with? Look at her costume! Oh my god, that's amazing. I'm not really dressed in anything special, but you know, I didn't have time to dress. But you know, she's tried, it's actually amazing. But look, there's so many people here. We have these girls in costume here, and then there's loads of Anne Boleyns, you can tell by the little space buns. And I'm here. I'm actually really early, so lots of time. Hi guys, I'm here with my friend Izzy. I actually just met her outside the theatre, and we're here. You can see it there. Yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah, I'll catch you into the theatre. Hey guys, you may wonder why the light's so straight. I made some friends and they've been very kind to give me some light. But I'm at SIX, I'm really excited. This ticket only cost me £20, it's a bargain, and I'm going to go to sing-along and sing loads. So, just catch you soon. It's my friend Louise! Wait, I'm going to zoom in. Let's zoom in focus. Look, she's over there! It's so busy.
75 minutes doing the whole show.
Just go sing-along. Oh my
I don't even have anything
amazing. I'm like, it was that crazy.
Now my voice and my ears go out.
Yeah, my voice! I feel like I screamed the whole time.
That was so much fun though.
That was mental. Oh my god, that. No, it was amazing. Please go to sing-along. Okay, it's just happened. I can't hear in my ears. It was so loud, but wasn't it great? Oh my god. So many people like stood up the whole time, like pretty much every song. There was tears. I nearly cried, but I didn't mess up my makeup, so I didn't. But like, you know, it was like so intense. It was just amazing. It was so much fun. Oh my god, I'm in shock. Oh my god, this is great. Yes, my queen! Yes! Oh my god, I'm so proud of you. Wait, let me put this up. She won the costume competition! I signed. Oh my god! That's actually amazing. Continuous clip, like he's missing stuff. It's a big atmosphere right now. Basically, everyone's getting photos of everyone. And we have two amazing queens over here that I'm going to try and catch. It's really intense. But then she was great, you're great. Probably like 130 Huge variety. I'm so sorry you're gonna have to edit this. I apologise. One of a kind, no category. We should start what's it called, an a cappella. I can't sing.
You are here live at SIX. We just did the first SIX Music Sing-Along. It was epic.
It was mental.
We're here. T-Cleese Gang Gang. You don't know already. I got to catch a train. It's like 11:07 and I'm still here. I got to run to Marylebone. Am I going to catch it?
No.
Stay tuned for Will Clues Get a Train.
Saving that clip. Oh my god, you are amazing. I'm getting so good. You like the train to treat me that much. You literally made me cry. Thank you so much. It's getting a bit intense now. There's Millie. Millie's appeared. We have Millie stands. Interaction. Look at her costume. And the way it's just like Millie and all her little Millies. Yeah, literally. It's so cute. I have no idea what happened. Oh, I missed Miss Natalie. Miss Natalie. She's precious. We have to try and get Natalie now in the vlog. Basically, we'll keep an eye out on her, and if she leaves, we'll go and get her. You know what's so nice? All the ushers, like the 6 ushers, they want to proper sing along as well. I saw them. Like, this whole group is so sweet. Right. I feel so bad for anyone who ends up in this vlog. Oh my god, what sweet! Can I vlog it? Oh my god! I love it. It's so unique. I love it. Oh, look at this. Look, she's got a sign. Oh my god. I love it. Oh my god, hi vlog! Yes, we have a cool match. So good. Thank you! I was crying with you. Like, you cried up. What are you doing? I know. It was so overwhelming. Overwhelming thing I've ever experienced. They're chucking us out!
The good news is that photographs can still be taken outside.
I need to get Millie while it's still bright. Right, I need to get Millie while it's still light in here. Right, let's quickly get Millie in the box. This is so cute. It's one thing I didn't think about. It's hot. It's so hot. But like even in the theatre, it was so intense. Like, everyone singing. It's just so intense. Sorry. Yeah, it was amazing.
so like the entire.
I love it so much, honestly, I love it. Right, I think I'm the last person here. No, I'm the last person here, I don't want to leave. Right, basically they're trying to kick us out, but we're not leaving, so. Also, I was going to try and get my programme signed. I just haven't. Well, look, she got a sign poster. How? Poster and a sign poster. Oh my god. Are you going to put that on your wall? Oh yeah. I don't even know if I'm going to open it. I'm just going to use this. Oh my god, I've been trying to get you. She was so good. Oh my god, I love you so much. It was such a good show. I'm so happy. But yeah. Right, I got all the queens. I'm going to probably leave. There's still people outside, no one's leaving, so I don't want to leave because I don't want to be the first person to leave. But yeah, that was my vlog. It's okay, you know there's so many people in my video now, like I'm messing with the friends.
Tag me.
I will, I'll tag you. YouTube, anything.
It's sing-along time!
Maya, do you know what time it is?
It's
sing-along! Amy, do you know what time it is?
It's sing-along!
Hey!
I bet you weren't expecting to see me today. Guys, that's it, that's the show. Thank you! So I just peeked my head into the audience and oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is like off the charts. I feel like I'm at the O2. You lot are sensational.
I'm sweating. I've just come off stage and out here is baking. Like, what is going on? Hello, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Atomic Susie with the daughter. I'm sorry. It's like a Tea Cleaves Gang reunion. So say, yeah, I literally have to go because I'm going to miss my train, but I just wanted everybody to see what was going on. After throwaway, when you say Tea Cleaves, gang, gang. 3, 2, 1. Tea Cleaves, gang, gang. This is fucking mental. Right, I gotta go. See ya. Yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye.
Guys, that was one of the best experiences of our lives. Thank you so much for coming.
What just happened? Oh my god! I can't. That was the best thing.
I'm probably like a right weirdo now that I'm like videoing myself walking down the street. But I don't think just saying thank you is enough. I honestly cannot even, I don't even know what to say about tonight, but thank you. And yeah, I'm speechless. It takes a lot to make me speechless, but you guys did it and I'm so grateful. My heart is so warm. You make this 5'2" Mancunian girl very happy on a daily basis. Today was something else. It was so magical, so special, and I'm so glad that we got to share it with you guys. So yeah, thank you all so much. So this is me up till like 6 o'clock in the morning because my adrenaline is it's rather strong right now. I am wide awake.
Hi gang, just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who came out and sung with us tonight. We had the best time. It was surreal and I don't really have the words, but I just want to say thank you. But yeah, madness. I'm going to go and eat my strawberries and have a little cry.
Well, very well said there, Grace, honestly. And it's crazy to think that it's almost been 5 years since that very first Royal West End Singalong performance at the Arts Theatre. Well, as I've said already, here we are now once again on the familiar Strand here in London's West End, and we're just outside the Vaudeville Theatre now, and we're only just 15 minutes away from the second Royal West End VIII Singalong performance, very appropriately themed for tonight of this year. And I've heard that just recently one of the alternates of Hannah Loafer is going to be on tonight playing Catherine Parr, and also well, as you can see, also, since this is I'm no stranger to being here, and this is I think it's the 5th sing-along that I've actually been to, and also my 4th here at the very theatre. And well, let me tell you, since it is a sellout, all 691 seats are all going to be filled to, of course, out inside the theatre. So without further ado, the time has almost come. It's time for the wives of Henry VIII to once again sing their hearts out and prove that they can be more than just ex-wives, as once again exclusively live here on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions and YouTube, and also here from the Vaudeville Theatre here in London. It's time for SIX The Musical, the Royal West End VIII Singalong 2024. Enjoy the show, everyone.
And then I was beheaded. I know. I know! So, I guess, seeing as I've now won the competition, all I want to do is take this opportunity to thank all the powerful men who got me where I am today. I could have done it without you. Thank you, London. But that was not the most heart-wrenching song we've heard this evening. I'm sorry, were you not listening to my song? There were 4 choruses! That's how much I had to deal with. Oh, sorry. So true, when you died, your son did have to grow up without one. Oh no, wait, that was me. And no one cared when you died.
No! It's not her fault that no one remembers her bland and uneventful life. Honestly, I don't want it to be weird between us, just because my beheading was the result of years of actual trauma and humiliation.
Oh, pipe down, Anne. You seriously want to talk about humiliation? Okay, well. When I was queen, Henry had not 1, not 2, but 3 historically confirmed mistresses. Get over it! When I was queen, I had not 1, not 2, but 3 miscarriages.
I can't keep doing this. Sorry. Sorry for... It's just... I don't know. Well, hey, sorry, can we just turn off the... Thanks. Look, I don't know. It's just we're here, in front of all these people, being like, oh, let's see what gets the biggest cheer, trauma or abuse. Woohoo! Like, should we really be doing this?
I mean, we've literally been doing that for the last hour.
I know, but like, miscarriages, really, isn't that a bit?
Oh, someone's got a conscience all of a sudden.
Ooh, I'm Catherine Parr. I draw the line in arbitrary races, blah, blah, blah.
You know what, Queens? She just knows she's not going to win. Yeah.
Oh.
And now she's trying to make us look stupid instead of playing by the rules like everyone else.
No, that is so not what I'm trying to do.
No.
Can't you see this whole thing is so... What can I do to make you... Okay. Okay. Look, Queens, if it's a sob story you want, I will give you one.
Are you sure, Catherine? I mean, you don't mind if you want to set this one out. You must be exhausted from all those backing vocals.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you're right, I should sing something, it's only fair.
Give her a chance.
Go on, Queens, take a seat. Go on. Hey. Hi, everyone. Is it alright if we try something a bit different tonight?
Okay.
Hey. Hi. Can I get that beautiful light back? Thanks. And, Joan, could you give me a cheeky little B flat major 7? Perfect. So, just for a bit of context, I've actually had my fair share of marriages. Something Henry and I have in common, I guess. Though unlike him, I did manage to get through them without decapitating anyone. I know, gold star, Kathy Park. But the thing is, they had this really annoying habit of passing away. And so as well as dealing with, you know, incapacitating grief, I also had to keep finding new husbands to avoid being ostracized. Yeah, Tudor womanhood, would recommend. But then one day, finally, I meet this guy, Thomas. And he seemed like he might stick around for a while, and you guessed it, he turned out to be the love of my life. I know, right? We had this plan to get married, actually. But that's when Henry turned up, single and ready to make an unsuspecting woman his wife. Just my luck. So that was that. I had to write a letter to Thomas, ending things. Dear Tom, you
know I love you, boy, in every single way. I love you, boy. I'll miss you every day. Oh, I love you, boy. I wish that I could stay with you
and keep the life I made with you. And even though this feels
no.
I don't need your love, no, no. It'll never be better than it was, no, no.
But I don't need your love, no, no. I've got no choice. With the king I stay alive, never had a choice. Been in one twice before just to survive. And I have a choice. If Henry says it's you, then it's you. No matter how I feel, it's what I have to do. But if somehow I had a choice, no holding back, I'd raise my voice. I'd say, Henry, yeah, it's true. I'll never belong to you. 'Cause I am not your toy to enjoy. There is something new. I never hear my voice, but I used to care for you. Ha! Darling, get a clue. There's nothing you can do. I don't need your love. No, no. No, I don't need your love. No, no. Nothing to discuss. No, no. But I don't need your love. No, no.
But the thing is, I can't say that. Not to the king. So this is goodbye. All my love, Catherine.
So I spent my life until I love got married to the king who won, who survived. I told you I found my life as the final wife, but also that story that you want that to win, to give this to win, you're out. There's so much story, there's so much story. Remember that I was a writer, I wrote books and songs and meditation, former female education, to all my women can independently stand a picture. You've even got a woman to paint your picture. Oh, I don't tell that story, 'cause it is story. I'm fixed, that's what I'm sick about it. He'll disappear. We all
Disappear. Wait, I don't get it. Why does anyone know who we are? My sixth finger! Put it away, mate. Let me put it in a different way. Who was Henry VII's wife? I don't know. Anyone? I don't know. Okay, and who was Henry VI's wife? I don't know. And who was Henry V's wife? We don't know. I mean, we don't know.
That's right, that's right.
The only reason any of these people have come here tonight is because once upon a time, the same guy fell in love with us. Right. Wait, is there a bigger problem here? The dissolution of the monasteries, I've got it. No. I'm talking about us. Because as soon as we get together as a group, everyone notices Jane can't dance.
Oh, no, that's not true.
What I'm talking about. We compare ourselves. And when we are the 6 wives of Henry VIII, we each become just that. One of his wives. One of 6. OMG, I get it! Since the only thing we have in common is our husband, grouping us is an inherently comparative act, and as such it necessarily elevates their historical approach in engraved in patriarchal structures.
Woo! Well said, well said.
Yeah, I read.
That's easy, Grin.
We're stuck.
What a waste of time. Well, There's not much we can do about it now.
Do you know what? I wish that, like, before we spent the whole show competing, we realised it would turn out to be such a mess.
Yeah, because if we had realised, then we could have just done something else. Like maybe even a fake competition to show everyone how messed up comparing us is.
Oh, yeah, and then find some really cool way to, like, I don't know, reclaim our stories and all become the leading ladies.
Oh, we could have done that as a song.
Oh, that would have tied things together so neatly. If only we thought of that before.
The remix! So we got no choice. But now it's us alone. No, we have no choice. No choice. We're taking back the microphone. I'll raise my voice. They always said we need your love. It was time for us to rise and fall. It's all up and down in history. But tonight I'm singing victory. Every year I'm through too many times it's been told, and I have had enough. The stories do get old, and you might think it's tough, but I've got to let your love unfold. We're taking back control. You need to know. I don't need your love. No, no. I don't need your love. No, no. Don't ever get it better than us. No, no. 'Cause I don't need your love. No, no. I don't need your love. No, no. I don't need your love. I don't need your love. I don't need your love. We don't need your love. We had a voice and now.
A voice. We said we have a voice.
You know what? We might just be remembered for being married to the same man.
Oh, but why does anyone give a who he is?
His continental campaigning.
His religious reform. Oh, well, actually,
It's not the time, Catherine.
What do you think it might be? I don't know. Because of his
It's happened again. Not the beat.
Before we go, what do you think? Are you ready for a royal happy ever after?
Happy they are.
Well, we don't have one.
We wish we
Oh.
could tell you our lives had happy endings.
But in reality, they didn't.
And there's nothing we can do to change that. Ever.
Well, so much for that then.
Oh, wait! This is our show, and we can literally have whatever ending we want. So London, seeing as there's 5 minutes left of the show.
We've decided to give you our own
Slightly edited version.
of what actually went down all those years ago.
Because after all,
We're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in his story. We're free to take their crowning glory. For 5 reign continues, everybody!
Alton, do you want one more song?
Yes!
All right, stay on your feet. Hit it, Maria.
Here goes nothing. Clap your hands. Get your phones out. You're gonna wanna feel this.
The most important thing.
Get ready, set us hands.
Make some noise.
Let's do it, Queens! Are you ready? Nothing. Here we go.
You must think that I'm crazy. You wanna replace me, baby. There's no way. If you thought you could leave me, you must think I'm naive. Disbelieve me, no, sorry, not what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun, and no way. Got in your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. You can laugh and out, you can say oh well, you can try, but I'm unbreakable. Do your best, but I'll stand the test. Go find that I've got a heart of stone. I wanna learn on a throne, and the time is like happens to everything you want to, but I couldn't please her. I'm the queen of the castle, get down, you dirty rascal. All you wanna do, baby, sing along to your favorite queen song. All you wanna do, baby,
Love me, love me, la 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 la.
no, I don't need your love.
No, no.
It's time to write a book. We don't need your love.
How's the ride go?
So much more than
Divorce!
the headache, life, divorce, I had to survive. Sex.
The reign may continue. Long live the West End Queen! Five, four, three, two, 1 more minute! Wow, oh my goodness me. That was a very lively crowd, everybody. And I can't honestly sing over that. That was literally, the atmosphere is electric. That concludes the Royal West End Singalong, Rain Singalong 2024 at 6. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back at stage door to meet the Queens. Unbelievable.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the final part of SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024. And just before you ask, no, you haven't missed anything. I am just adding this little bit into the next part of this programme. And if you're just wondering, of course, you might not notice that we've had a little change since the last part, and also I happen to be wearing something very different, but sticking kind of with the royal theme, since of course it is in purple and gold. It is the current away kit for the England men's senior football team that are also going to be wearing this for the upcoming European Football Championships in Germany from next month in June. But of course, more on that later on in the programme. But the reason why that I'm doing this little introduction, or this little part in between the last part that you saw earlier on in the programme, we had quite a very interesting stage door experience following an incredible amazing performance once again of another Royal West End Singalong. The crowd, if you did see earlier on, the audience were literally amazing. I had never heard so many people scream and cheer so loud. It felt like I was in a football stadium or like a real life pop concert. It was just incredible. But I would just also, since we're about to show you footage of what happened at Stage Door, we had an amazing, of course, experience looking back on it. But also, surprisingly enough, something really unfortunate did happen, and you're about to see it right now as we're going to show you what the footage that we got from Stage Door, and I'll be explaining more all about that right after that, of course. So here is once again Stage Door from just a few days ago of the last Royal West End Singalong performance of SIX The Musical from once again back at the Vaudeville Theatre.
Long live Queen Naomi!
Wonderful to see Hannah back on the stage tonight. again.
Leaving now. You sure you don't do another one?
You're amazing, Naomi.
Thank you.
Do you mind just signing the programme?
Yes.
Just right here. Sorry. Oh, you got to. Thank you. I was going to say, and also I've got a quick gift for you as well, if you don't mind. I thought also, sticking with the theme of the show, if I had to hand my crown over to you, I did choose a friend. I had to personalise the oath of allegiance with. And as you can see, that's the thing. Loads of consideration. And I have got one for you, which is personalised in your costume. So what you do, you don't have to open it now. All you need to do is there's that dotted line, a bit like generally signature there, you can sign it and then put it in a frame and then put it in.
Thank you so much. That's so kind.
No, thank you very much. You were amazing tonight. Great to see you. They need to start doing them again. They're very popular though, some places. They are really reactive as well. I know.
He's still sitting there. Look, that's a nice one. Right, let's go.
Hi, Annie. Right, you were just signing my programme again because last time it was a lot of rain. Last time there was that real storm. Thank you so much, Hannah. And if you don't mind me asking about that competition for You Have a Voice, when you're going to find out?
I have no idea.
Really?
I don't have anything to do with it. I just didn't visit.
I was going to say, because I know you're going to be hosting, believe it or not.
Hosting it, yeah, but I have no idea.
As much as I want to say, it's not to say that I would get anything, but if I do, you wouldn't believe this. The day when that happens will be my 30th birthday.
Well, that's a sign.
I know. But I
fingers crossed for you.
if you've seen the video, do give it a watch and I really would appreciate it. But well done, Hannah. You were brilliant as part tonight.
Thank you.
Well done. Great to see you again. See you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello.
I see myself on Instagram.
Yeah, actually, congratulations on the best time. Just enjoy it. Thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
See you soon, Hannah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I think you might already know, so there you go everybody, on the reason why I do feeling a little bit disappointed, and that is because, well, I hadn't heard anything from the current cast members of SIX The Musical following that stage door performance. Unfortunately, that has been my worst stage door experience at any SIX The Musical show ever since I went to see any of the productions of SIX that I have been following for the last few years. and I hadn't found out that the other members of the cast, if you had not seen earlier on, the likes of Gabriella Stalianu and Nikki Bentley, also Naomi Alade. I know she was there, of course, as I said before, as one of the alternates, but Inez Budd, unfortunately, and I think also Tal Teresa Nagoyan, unfortunately, they couldn't come out. I don't know why they ended up going out on the other side, on the front of the theatre where we were earlier on in the programme. But yeah, I'm really disappointed with that stage door, especially because maybe, as we did see earlier on, I met some wonderful people at stage door, and I know we didn't get a chance to get footage of that because of there was a lot going on, by the way, guys. It was literally manic as anything, but I know that what we did manage to get for all of you is the best that we could do. But despite, even though it did finish on a bit of a downer, it was a very good night and also an amazing performance. And with also that being said, also, I mean, at least one positive thing was that, of course, the weather was a lot more better, and we also managed to add another signature to my program that I currently have. Of course, it is still a little bit damp from the last, or from the very first sing-along back in, of course, January. But as you can see, Hannah Loafer was on once again for Catherine Parr, which I was so happy to see her perform that earlier on, and even hear her sing that song. And also meeting Naomi for the first time as well, playing Anne of Cleves. And of course, with also that being said, as I've said already since I mentioned them, this is of course now my post-show review and of course wind down for the West End, of course, Royal West End Singalong performance of SIX The Musical, the Rain Singalong. And it was absolutely amazing. Just to clarify the cast, that as we mentioned earlier on, we did have Nikki Bentley play Catherine of Aragon, Tal Teresa Nagoyan as Anne Boleyn, Gabriella Stalianu, one of the alternates, was on for Jane Seymour, and I couldn't believe that I got a chance to now see her play that role, as well as seeing her as Catherine of Aragon right at the beginning of this year, originally in the last sing-along performance before then. We also had Naomi Alade being once again another alternate, playing the role of Anne of Cleves, and also Inez Budd playing Catherine Howard, and Hannah Loafer once again. So we, as I said already, guys, we managed to have 3 alternates on, and of course, in the fandom of SIX The Musical, the Queendom, that would be dubbed as an alternate massive. So it was wonderful to see 3 of the alternates on, and as I said, yeah, most of them were on there. But unfortunately, we didn't get Meg Dixon Brazil, unfortunately. The reason why is because she's currently being an Universal Swing in the current UK touring production at the moment, all around the UK of SIX. But guys, as I said already, it was absolutely an amazing performance, and even though, as I said before, it was a bit of a shame that, of course, we didn't have many of the performers at stage door, something very, very serious actually just happened quite recently, and we can tell you all about that now as we return to a very familiar feature that I did on my last Royal West End Singalong, of course, episode of SIX The Musical, as it's time once again for another edition of SIX The Musical Queendom News. Thank you very much, production team, as always. It's wonderful to hear that very familiar tune, as I mentioned once before, that of course being the famous theme music for ITN News back in the late 90s, or early 90s for that matter. I think you have to go back, I think it was used in 1995 actually. So last year, marking unbelievably, I think it'll be 30 years old next year, would you believe? That is absolutely crazy to hear. But once again, as I've said before, we are back with another edition of the Queendom News. And we start with a very interesting, of course, article that was just put up since, of course, this is a few days after and the start of a new week in, of course, in the world of this musical, and with productions that are going all across the world right now. But since we were just talking about Stage Door earlier on, there's been an article here, as we can just quickly tell you here, on from thanks to whatsonstage.com, and it's all about stage dooring. And the stage door is a unique magical experience, but boundaries have to be respected. And recent experiences have highlighted some individuals can ruin a night for performers. And this is from Alex Wood on the 15th of May, which is as of that is from yesterday, but since today is the 16th of May. And one particular thing that we do actually see that popped up here, that unbelievably, as we just mentioned her earlier on, Hannah Loafer, one of the alternate performers of the West End, current West End production of SIX The Musical, she has recently taken to social media to give a plea to those wanting to meet and greet stage stars after the performance, post-show. And she highlighted from yesterday on social media that a very small percentage of interactions can make her feel vulnerable and make her feel vulnerable and uncomfortable. There, I was going to say, I was making sure that I got to say that to make sense, and hopefully that made sense. And very shockingly, she said that she was, I think she was grabbed. And yeah, here we go. We can actually quickly show you a tweet that she just put up just a few days ago. And she said, I really love, in capital letters, meeting people at Stage Door and seeing all the stagey people who enjoy our show. But what I don't like is being grabbed, pulled around, and like last night, in capitals, kissed on the neck. Yeah, I mean, that is quite unbelievable there. Even though, if you have just watched us on stage for 75 minutes, and you may see us online, etc., a lot of the time you are complete strangers to us, and there needs to be boundaries in it, with an exclamation point at the end there. This is a very small percentage of interactions, but it makes me feel vulnerable and uncomfortable. So happy to give my time after the show for pictures and / autographs, etc., and I always try my best to give everyone a positive experience. Let's try and keep it fun for all involved. But also, unbelievably, there is loads of others that are, of course, in a very similar situation regarding currently fresh from performing and runner-up on Strictly Come Dancing, Leighton Williams, who recently became the EMC in Cabaret, the West End production of Cabaret there. And he ended up saying he also took to X as well. He said, "Let's normalise security, a nice formed line and a barrier for peace and respect to asterisks. Everyone involved," with an exclamation point. "I have actually missed theatre and Stage Door, but this takes me back." And well, very interesting words said there from Leighton, and I can totally agree about that as well. And also we've also got an article here that I think is also worth mentioning, as we did actually see it earlier on. And as we were mentioning earlier on in the programme, that there's also a few upcoming productions also of SIX The Musical that have just been confirmed by the writers Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss. And we did mention from next year, one of them is happening to be in Tokyo. That's going to be happening in next year in 2025, but also for the very first time, as well as that being in Asia, also in the Middle East, for the first time ever, this coming October 2024, SIX is going to be heading to the capital of Manila in the Philippines. So, of course, which is incredible to hear. And as I mentioned before, that recently in the worldwide Queendom, there has been loads going on with upcoming productions. One just recently happening, as I've said before, the European tour for the UK touring production in both Germany and also Switzerland. And also they just finished a short run also in Italy. And also they'll be heading back to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And that is going to be another exciting, of course, I think it will definitely be another language production of that. We haven't heard anything about a cast just yet. I mean, obviously we're a few months away yet, but that is amazing to see. But also we have also got, I think I might have mentioned this already, but just to remind you all also that as part of the 6th of the month at SIX The Musical, one of the new features that they're doing, I think they'll be doing the same for next month on the 6th of June, which happens to be once again my 30th birthday. They also have announced once again to remind you all, they have partnered with the iconic National Portrait Gallery in London, who have recently announced their exhibition of 6 Lives, and featuring a few queens you may have heard of. And running from the 20th of June, SIX will be involved in various panels, events and a few exciting surprise videos over the summer. So keep an eye out on social media of the show of SIX, and don't forget also to check out the official website of the show so you can keep out for more updates. Well, I know that was a little bit shorter than last time, but that concludes this edition of, once again, Queendom News in SIX The Musical. And also, with that being said, we are almost now running out of time for this episode of SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong 2024. I can't believe that another sing-along has come to an end. But with also that being said, of course, I know that we had big plans to mark the upcoming celebration of marking the 6th anniversary of the very first production done professionally of the UK touring production, which happened unbelievably, and that's going to happen later on in a few months' time on the 11th of July, and it was at the Norwich Playhouse, was when SIX The Musical was performed professionally for the very first time. And actually also, as we quickly check in our programme here again, which happens to be one that I have had since at the start of this year, since with the brand new cast, and it does actually say here, if I can actually just quickly get to the middle, there we go, yeah, it does actually say officially that the first performance of this production of SIX took place on Wednesday the 11th of July 2018 at the Norwich Playhouse, and of course we look forward to celebrating that. I know we have acknowledged the first ever sing-along performance, but we've also acknowledged that in the previous episode. But with also that being said, we are continuing the celebrations, because since there has been loads of exciting news of future productions coming up of SIX, and also as well for that matter the teen edition of the very same show. Unfortunately, I did have a chance to possibly to go and see a local production where I'm based here in East Cambridgeshire in Cambridge, but unfortunately something else clashed with it. But what I did see though from the production that I did see was absolutely incredible. There also a production at the Angles Theatre in Wisbech also did a production, and also next year an old familiar linear theatre group that I was a part of in Soham, and that being VIII Community Group. They are also going to be working on a teen edition production of SIX as well. We haven't got any much information about that as of currently, but and also as well as we mentioned about the You Have a Voice competition. Since that, of course, the deadline has now officially been confirmed, and now entries, you can't enter anymore since the deadline was from the 2nd of May. But as you did see earlier on stage door, Hannah Loafer did say that she has no idea about when we're going to find out who wins. Fingers crossed though, hopefully I'll be one of the 3 winners that will be heading over there in just a few weeks' time. I mean, what would that be to, once again, not just see the show on my birthday, but as well as that, also in the world of military history, it happens to also fall on the 80th anniversary of D-Day, a very famous and quite infamous, of course, military operation, that being Operation Overlord, and that was quite the turning point in World War II, where, of course, a lot of the fighting happened in the beaches in Normandy in France. Also, I know that on the BBC they have got a concert planned to mark that anniversary on the, I think it was the 3rd of June, according to, I heard from radio DJ Vernon Kay. But also, as well as that being said, of course, even though that's coming up as well, there's even a few sports, of course, events coming up. And that is, of course, the reason why I decided to wear this England shirt, is because 2 very familiar football events are coming up from the start of next month in June. Have a look at this.
What a goal! Soccer Aid for UNICEF is returning to London. It's on Sunday the 9th of June at Stamford Bridge.
And tickets are on sale now.
Let's go!
England take on the Soccer Aid World 11.
And this is your chance to get up close and personal.
With new faces.
Come on!
And fan favourites. And as always, we've got an unmissable halftime show.
Nothing beats watching Soccer Aid for UNICEF live.
So what are you waiting for?
Buy your tickets today.
And raise money to support UNICEF in protecting the right to play for every child.
Prices start at £20 for adults
and only £10 for kids.
Sunday, 9th of June, Stamford Bridge. See you there.
I can't wait!
Yes, that's right, everybody. Just for a reminder, if you also did hear about this on my last episode of Theatre Going Revival, another upcoming sporting event from next month, starting from next month, on Sunday, the 9th of June 2024, live on ITV and STV, and you can also watch on Catch Up on ITVX. It will be the biggest charity football event in the world, and that will be, of course, Soccer Aid for UNICEF 2024, where England will play the Soccer Aid World 11 FC team at Stamford Bridge, home of my favourite football team of Chelsea Football Club. And once again, guys, you can, of course, catch up with that in just a few weeks' time. And loads of celebrities from the world of course, TV and film, such as the current King of the Jungle from I'm a Celebrity of Sam Thompson. There's also Martin Compston from Line of Duty playing for the World 11 side. Even unbelievably, Diamond from the new series of the BBC revival game show Gladiators is also been confirmed to make an appearance. And of course, if I've not said before, she is one of my favourite gladiators and a very strong woman, and she is a bit of a queen as well, since she is also named just like a diamond. I've actually seen, unbelievably, her pose is very reminiscent of actually her putting on a crown on her head, so I remember that very well. But with all that aside, guys, You can catch up on that very, very soon. And of course, there is still time. You can, since we are still a while away from the actual event itself, you can also go to the official website of unicef.org.uk and donate your and it doesn't have to be a huge amount. Every little helps. No matter how much you can donate, you can donate as little or as much as you want, and it will all go towards great things, supplying, of course, life-saving food, and also injections for deadly diseases, and also helping children, and of course, that might be affected by war and conflict, especially with what's been going on at the moment in Gaza, in Israel, and still at the moment in Ukraine as they continue to fight Russia. But as well as that, as you know, the tagline for that event is saying, "Play for every child." You can still make a difference, and as always, there is still no time like the present for you to donate and give generously to this very good cause. And remember, that is the most important, of course, score of all. I mean, it doesn't matter who wins. As much as I would love England to win again, it's been a while since they have won. Since 2018 was the last time they won at Soccer Aid. But it would be nice to see England win as a nice little lead up, because unbelievably, right after that, the week after that, the big football event of the summer itself, of the UEFA Euro 2024 in Germany, will be kicking off. And that will be happening from the 14th of June with the first match. And it's going to be an absolute classic, hopefully, because we have seen them been playing quite well recently since they have qualified for another European Football Championship tournament, and they nearly beat us, England, at the last tournament. Scotland, home nation, the other home nation that is going to be taking part in the Euros this summer, they are taking on the hosts of Germany. And that is going to be very exciting indeed. And just a quick reminder for you all, that's going to happen later on in, as I said already, a few weeks' time at the Fußball Arena Munichen, and that is, of course, in English translation, the Alliance Arena, and that also being the sponsor for the stadium also, and that is going to be taking place in Munich for the first match of the, once again, UEFA European Football Championships. And also, just to remind you all, since, of course, the country of Germany is mentioned in SIX The Musical, we also don't want to, of course, forget that, to remind you all, that also the first match for England in Group C of the Euros will be kicking off on the 16th of June at 9 o'clock in the evening, and that's going to be taking place at the Arena of Schalke, where that's where Schalke 04, the team in who play in the Bundesliga, play, and also it's currently known as the Veltins Arena as well, in Gelsenkirchen in the northern Rhine-Westphalia part of Germany, and that will be the first fixture for England. And you can also be seeing that when I also cover an upcoming, in a brand new European football vlog series, which, if I have not said already, where I'm going to be covering all of England's hopeful journey to that path of glory, European glory, which, once again, a few years ago, that nearly did happen, but we lost on penalties to the overall champions of Italy. But after an impressive home and away winning performance for both matches, we have secured qualification, and as I said before, the team, the current champions of Italy, haven't played well quite recently, but you can see all that starting from the, of course, from the month of June, and I will be covering all of that in my brand new European football vlog series of From London to Berlin, named after a football version of the very famous Danish electronic dance song from Paris to Berlin, from Infernal, and I have had news also that they are planning to maybe release a brand new updated version of that track very, very soon, since the band are also still around. But once again, guys, there is a lot of football fever and a lot of crazy football action to come in just a few weeks' time. And just one quick reminder of the next sing-along performance that is going to be happening from later on in a few months' time in the month of August. On Sunday, the 25th of August, you can catch the next Royal West End Singalong performance of SIX The Musical, and appropriately named the Queendom Singalong, which of course, as we mentioned earlier on, is of course the official name of the fandom surrounding the popularity of the musical itself. And as I said before, guys, I know that we had an amazing performance from earlier on just a few days ago, but there will still be another chance that you can get an opportunity to see the Queens again, once again from the Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End. And also just a quick reminder that there are tickets still available for that next Royal West End Singalong performance at, once again, the official show website, which is always www.sixthemusical.com. Well, that's almost about it. We're about to, once again, unfortunately, it is the end of another Royal West End Sing-Along performance, everybody. I know, it's such a shame, but the time is nearly up for, of course, this episode. Just like the ending lyrics of SIX The Musical, or the song more specifically of SIX in the show, it's the end of the show of the history mix, and they switched up the flow as they did add the prefix, and everybody knew that they used to be 6 wives. And but they want to say, when they drop the curtain, nothing is for sure, nothing is for certain. All that they know is that they used to be 6 wives. But they will be once again returning, as I said. Of course, we may be taking a few months break now for the summer, but we've had some wonderful weather over the last few days, and even though it's started to cool down now in our studio back here, and a lot of rain has been falling, and of course the temperatures have started to get more cooler and fresher, of course we are expected to have some quite warmer weather in a few weeks' time also. So, and with that also being said, as I've said already earlier on in the episode, we could be, if I do get to hear the news in just a few days' time, that if I am chosen for that You Have a Voice karaoke competition of SIX The Musical, you're going to be prepared to see another appearance from myself, but also celebrating my own, you could say, Jubilee celebration, as well as a birthday celebration, and that being, of course, my 30th birthday on the 6th of June, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be doing another episode for you guys of covering SIX The Musical. It won't be a sing-along, but I know that I will get the chance to sing one of my favourite songs from the show, and that being House of Holbein. But of course, with also that being said, I think it's very appropriate if I do go on to get a place in that, being a part of that karaoke session for the very first time in the history of the West End production of SIX. We're going to leave you now with, of course, my rendition of that song from the show, and we'll hope to see you in just a few months' time for the next Royal West End sing-along performance of, once again, the very royal musical itself of SIX The Musical. So once again, from me, Jack Wright, from everyone also of the production team here on SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Reign Sing-Along 2024, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, au revoir, adios, and very appropriately, au Wiedersehen. Now to play us out from, of course, my own rendition of the song House of Holbein from SIX The Musical is myself, dressed up as the one and only SIX The Musical edition of my own take on the ruthless Tudor King himself, of King Henry VIII of England, as I sing a rendition of the song of the Wunderbar House of Holbein. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Welcome to the house of Holbein, yeah! Oh yeah! That is good, oh yeah! Yeah! The house of Holbein. Hans Holbein goes around the world, painting all of the beautiful girls from Spain to France and Germany. The king chooses one, but which one will it be? You bring the corsets, they'll bring the stitches. No one's a face over 9 inches. So what the makeup contains lead poison. At least your complexion will bring all the boys in. Ignore the fear and you'll be fine. We'll turn this veer into a 9. So just say yeah and don't say 9. 'Cause now you're in the house of Holbein, yeah! Oh yeah! That is good, oh yeah! Yeah! The house of Holbein. We make sure the princesses look great. From their time comes for a Holbein portrait. They all know what the inventions are to hold everything up. Yeah, it's wunderbar. For blonder hair, then you just add a magical ingredient from your bladder. Try this heel so high it's naughty, but we cannot guarantee that you'll still walk at 40. Ignore the fear and you'll be fine. We'll turn this veer into a 9. So just say yard and don't say 9. 'Cause now you're in the house of Holbein. Oh yeah. That is good. Oh yeah. Yeah. The house of Holbein.
It's the end of the show, of the history mix. We switch up the flow and we change the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be one. Oh, we wanna say before we drop the curtain. Nothing is for sure, nothing is for certain. All that we know is that we used to be one.
Are we done? Oh, fantastic. Well done. I know that was a little bit sporadic there, but lots of things have been going on in just the last few days of this production. I mean, honestly, it has just been absolutely crazy. I know, I mean, it's so weird. I mean, as much as it really niggles me to say that, you know, the people that didn't, you know, the performers coming out of on stage door of that show, you know, they had, you know, they didn't have to come out to see the fans. But I mean, you know, it's much as like you want to say something, but like, you know, you don't want to be, you know, reprimanded. Like, even though if you just say one simple word, it's not like it's that finicky or anything. But I mean, that was a bit of a shock from what happened with Hannah just a few days ago. I mean, that literally trumped what happened just a few days ago. Hopefully we'll have to acknowledge that in some way with the next sing-along performance. At least I know that didn't get out of hand, honestly. So it's such a shame that the celebrations of this West End production of the show had to be slightly sabotaged. But, well, hey-ho, of course. Hopefully we'll get a chance to head back to the Vaudeville Theatre very, very soon, for hopefully to celebrate my 30th birthday in a few weeks' time, and also next month in June. But well done, everybody. That concludes another episode of SIX The Musical, and more specifically this episode of the Royal Reign Sing-Along performance of West End Sing-Along Performance 2024 here on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions.
And every game that England win, we're gonna win the World Cup. Win the World Cup. 'Cause when we're thinking of Rue and all the things he can do, we're gonna win the World Cup. You've got us cheering for you. From